Hey everyone, welcome back to Catching Up with the Walkers. Thank you for stopping by this morning and joining us as we catch up with you guys about a little bit of everything this morning.
Yeah.
But to catch up on what's been going on recently, Cassie just finished up varsity basketball.
Yeah.
And
still doing elementary basketball. It's got a couple more weeks. But varsity basketball finished up. The boys made it to state. The girls fell short. So the dogs are distracting me.
So we had to go check the dogs. We have a neighbor that's utilizing our cold room, and I think they're just finished up getting the last of the items out of it. They used it for Valentine's Day. Hopefully you guys had a good Valentine's Day. Cassie, how was yours?
Amazing.
Oh, and she just enjoyed some snacks.
Gary got me some good snacks for Valentine's Day.
And I did something else for you as well. While you were busy with basketball, I did a little research on your behalf.
Okay.
So I know Cassie was going to be busy, and I talked to her mom and her dad, and I got some dates of some of her relatives and plugged those in to a history site called MyHeritage. So MyHeritage is the leading site for ancestry research and things like that, and I've got some stuff to tell you today.
Exciting.
MyHeritage is trusted by a lot of different people. It has over 90 million users, and there are billions, I said billions of records out there that can be found and plugged in to your family tree and your ancestry. So basically the way it works is you sign up for the service. Once you do that, you start plugging in dates of the relatives you know, the dates they were born, if they were deceased, the dates they were deceased, and then you start getting matches.
Cool.
So matches pop up, confirmed matches, and it can start building out your family tree. So I did a little printout for Cassie right here. This is some of the details of the family tree. You guys can't see that obviously, so I'll put it on the screen as we talk about some of these things. But I also grabbed my computer because I wanted to point out a couple of things to her as we go back. And you can upload your picture. So if you have any old black and white photos, we didn't have any, but you can upload those so they can be out there as records along with all of the records that you pull up. So you can see though on the family tree that we went back, I think 6 generations, 5 to 6 generations, and you can see Cassie's grandparents all the way back to the 1800s and even the 1700s. Great, I believe.
That's cool.
But one of those, let's see if we can see any family resemblances here. Emmanuel Ulrey. So he was born around 1822 in Berks County, Pennsylvania.
Is that on my mom's side? Because that's my mom's eyes.
Yeah, this is on your mom's side. And then passed away May 1877 in Illinois. And I got a little picture right there. You see your family resemblance?
I see my mom and is that on my grandma's side? Mickle?
Yes.
I mean, not Mickle, but what was her maiden name? Sexton?
Yeah, so I'll pull back up the family tree.
She reminds me of we called her Mama Mickle.
So this would be Ira, Cleo Sexton.
Yeah.
That would be your mom, your grandma.
Yeah, I can see her.
And then her mom, actually her dad's dad. That's the picture we looked at.
Yeah, I can see her in that.
So that's pretty cool.
I was probably Mazzie's age when she passed away, but I remember what she looks like.
Okay. So that's pretty cool when you can go that many generations back and still see resemblances.
It'd be cool if people were able to put all the pictures in there. Like, if my mom has some, we could upload.
Yeah, and we looked here, we didn't have any black and white photos to upload. That's something you can do, but Cassie can put her photo in, and that way all those other people, maybe her extended family, cousins that are doing research on the site as well, can see your photo and say, hey, that looks like my cousin. So we are going to get to share all of this history that we found out with Cassie's mom and her dad. We went back on both generations several times back, and it is really cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot. So my experience with MyHeritage was great with instant discoveries. It's one of the coolest things. So we plugged in the dates, the names of some of her ancestors, and then I would log back in, and it said you have an instant discovery available. And I was able to select that, and it brought up the next generation. It had all of the siblings. So one time we added like 14 or 20 different people to the family tree instantly because all that work had already been done out there.
Cool.
So I thought it was a great thing, and they have a 14-day free trial. So if you are interested, you can click on the QR code that's going to be on the screen, or the link is going to be down in the description, and you can do a 14-day free trial to find out some of your family heritage. So as we were going through getting ready for MyHeritage and talking to our folks, our family, about some of the history, we did learn some neat stories. And now, you think Cassie's a pretty, upstanding, outright citizen, and you might think the same about me. But if you go back a few generations, that might not necessarily be true. Cassie, some of your family was into bootlegging, right?
Yeah, my dad tells stories about when he was a little boy, they would pull up to buy from my grandpa. My grandpa started out making whiskey and stuff like that.
Moonshine.
And then got saved and became a preacher. But in my dad's younger years, he would hide out with a BB gun because it would make him mad, and he would shoot at their vehicles when they would come up. He thought he would like shoot out their tires or something, I guess. So yeah, my dad has lots of stories from when he was younger with that kind of stuff. And
here in what would have been Indian Territory at the time, before Oklahoma was a state in 1907, I believe, it was kind of the wild, wild west. And on my family side, I had some distant relatives. My grandpa's told me stories before that were also moonshiners. They had a still out in the woods, lots of copper pipes, and boiled it down and made alcohol and sold it because that was just another way for them to make money. He said a lot of times the people that sold it never even took a drink of it. They were just in it. They were just in it for the business. So it was always fun, though, to learn about family history. Also fun to catch up with stories. I learned a lot about my history, too, previously when I went on the Remember the Removal bicycle ride, the Trail of Tears. I got to see some historic markers and graves and different things along the way. Well, one of the cool things about whenever we were looking at Cassie's family history is if there wasn't a picture, sometimes there would be a historic document. So a roll number or census number or a picture of a gravestone would be on out there on the website. So if you're not going to be able to travel to all the different places to see those things, it's really cool to see them out there. So as far as catching up with the walkers here on the farm and what's going on lately, one of Cassie's donkeys is getting really large. I mean, she was large before, but she's getting really big. Yeah, so they were all supposed to be bred except for Dolly. She's young. But they just keep growing, and I'm trying to decide if it's from eating or because they're expecting a baby. But we're watching them, and they got them where they need to be. So if they do foal, I guess is what, just like horses. Mm-hmm. Donkey foal. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I also saw a spotted donkey not too far down the road that some of our friends' mother has. So I thought about if we don't get a jack, I want to see if it's a jack and see about using it. I would rather not buy a jack. I'd rather just have the girls out here. So I was driving to school the other day and I was like, hey, there's a spotted donkey. The spotted ones I think are really cool, and if we could breed our non-spotted ones to spotted and end up getting some spotted babies, that would be really cool. Yeah. And Dolly, she's not quite old enough yet. She's a yearling, but Patsy, Loretta, and June are all supposed to be bred. Patsy, I think, will be the first to go. She's probably the biggest, and then Loretta and June, I don't know, but I've had a lot of people tell me in the comments. We went live out there the other day, and a lot of people said it can be anywhere from 11 months to 15 months. Yeah. They said basically it's, with donkeys, especially miniature donkeys, it's really hard to kind of know the exact time. So it'll be interesting to see. We've never had a foal on the farm before. Nope. We've never had a horse. We used to have several horses. And we've had a donkey before, but never any babies. But we've never had any babies. And I can imagine that mini donkey baby is probably going to be the cutest stinking little thing you could have because
I don't know. The babies are pretty cute.
the baby doll sheep are pretty cute, but I mean the donkey with the ears
and the long legs
and the legs, but being like this big or short, tiny. I mean that's gonna be pretty cool. So we're excited for that this spring. Also, we should have some more Highland cows having calves at some point. And if we don't have any more Highland cows having cows at some point, we might not have any more Highland cows.
Yep.
That's just part of farming because we don't have a petting zoo. We're not charging people admission to pet them. Therefore, we must earn some kind of money so they can pay for themselves as far as hay and feed and water and fencing and upkeep. So we're hopeful though, right?
Yeah.
So if you haven't noticed on some of our videos recently, there's a little bit more green grass starting to grow. The days are getting longer. Yesterday, you know how many eggs we got from the chickens?
9.
15.
Wow.
We got 15 eggs. The day before that, we got 16, I think it was. I miscounted them and everybody on the video corrected me. Because you know what happened? I counted them all and I had the number in my head and then I found one on the ground by the feeder when I was walking around checking the feeders. And I put that one in the bucket, and then I said the previous number. But don't worry, they're going to make sure. They said, I counted 3 times, and and you counted wrong. I was like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Sometimes
no one's perfect.
I tend to let things like that go unnoticed because I just don't think about it. But spring is coming, and I know a lot of you are ready to start your gardens. You're ready to get out of the house, and you're ready to do something other than stare at your 4 walls and be freezing cold if you walk outside. Mazzy started seeds.
Yeah.
You guys may have seen that in one of our last videos. Somebody sent her a seed starting kit. We got that all together. She was excited about that. But some of you may want to get out of your house and travel. And if you do, you can come and see the crazy chicken lady. She is going to be speaking where, Cassie?
At the Okie Homesteading Expo. It's in Pryor, Oklahoma at the Mays County Event Center and Fairgrounds. And I'll be speaking as well as lots of our awesome friends. So you can go to okiehomesteading.com to get your tickets and get more information, or also find them on social media for all the information on that.
Yeah, and most of all though, most importantly, you get to meet Cassie.
Yeah.
So if you do come out, we will be there. I'll probably be working maybe half the day.
It's March 22nd and 23rd. I'll be emceeing and speaking on the main stage.
And we'll be around though all day long. The kids won't be there probably all day, maybe half the day or something.
Yeah, it just depends.
We usually just, Ranger will probably be there either helping or hanging out. But Mazzy and Ransom, it's hard for us to keep tabs on them. Some of you ask, where are they at? Where are they at? All morning you ask that. But it's just really hard.
We're so busy, it's hard to watch them and do what we need to do.
Yeah, and then we also have to be careful because it's a huge public place. Last year, 3,000 to 4,000 people, and you can't trust just to let them run wild.
Yeah.
What are they going to get themselves into? What are they going to do?
How much candy is Ransom going to get off of people?
Yeah, who's going to buy Ransom 3 different chocolate-covered cheesecakes because, he's Ransom and people like to spoil him. But we would love to see you guys if you're able to come out and you want to get out of the house, head over to Mays County in our neck of the woods and come visit us.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You don't even have to have a homestead. Some people come to learn. Some people come to meet people. Some people come for the vendors. Some people come for the food. There will be awesome food trucks and things. And some people come for all of it. But whatever it is, come out, enjoy a good time, and get to meet some people.
Yeah. So as far as catching up with the walkers, we also like to spend a little bit of time talking about what's coming up and prayer requests. So as far as what's coming up, we have the expo, but we also have a garden to start. We also look forward to working on the schoolie project.
Yeah.
You got a floor plan ready yet?
Oh, yeah.
Cassie's supposed to come up with a floor plan, and I'm going to build it. So until she comes up with that floor plan, I really can't do anything.
Okay. Good excuse.
I'm joking. So no, my next thing on the school bus, I'm looking for disconnects, good solid disconnects for the type of battery we have. I kind of maybe pinpointed what the problem was that was draining the batteries, but I'm still not 100%. So the easiest thing, even though I do pinpoint it, the easiest thing to do is just to pop open that battery box and flip a couple switches and disconnect the batteries completely from the bus. And what that's going to do is prevent anything from draining, because even, as we go through the build, it'll be nice to be able to disconnect those while we're working on it.
Yeah.
And as with any RV, it's probably going to sit, say there's 365 days in the year. It's probably going to sit for about 355 of those days. Like 10 days out of the year, it might be running and being used. But realistically, we're not going to put a whole lot of miles on it. We're not going to be using it a ton. We might drive it out to Cassie's parents at hunting season to use it as a hunting cabin. We'll drive it over to the lake, use it while we're camping, drive it maybe to Arkansas to a couple state parks, but we're not going to use it. So I'm going to find the correct disconnects, put in the disconnects, and then problem solved. There's going to be no drains on the battery, and we don't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah.
So basketball season's over. What's your next archery?
Archery's finishing up and starting soccer.
So you guys look forward to some soccer videos this spring from Ranger over on Walker Farm Fam. We love those. And as far as prayer requests.
Yeah, my coworker and friend, her name is Stacy. She had surgery last week. She's recovering, doing awesome. But please remember her in your prayers as she gets information back on what's causing all the problems and what the plan is for the future. So
thank you guys for the prayers and support up to this point. It really does mean a lot when close friends and neighbors and coworkers go through these things. We just really appreciate you joining us in prayer. So don't forget to check out MyHeritage. Again, the link's going to be in the description, or you can select the QR code and get to it that way. 14-day free trial. So we thank you guys for following along. We hope you have a great day, and God bless.
Love you guys.